Hey, what's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Music Tips and Reviews with JG. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I just want to give a message to music creators, whether you be a producer, an artist, songwriter. I want to just give a message to you. Don't give up on your dream of being in music. There's so many opportunities in music. It's not just trying to get a placement. It's not just trying to get a Grammy. It's not just trying to get all these accolades, but it's about your own personal success in this industry. And I just want to encourage you to keep going. I remember when I, started in this music. I started around 16 years old, went to college, learned a lot more skills as far as music, production is concerned. And, a lot of things happen, a lot of things went at a standstill, but still learning skills, learning how to sequence, learning how to really make my production better and better over time. And, it takes time. It takes time to get your music, really up to par, in competition with, all these great producers that you see. These people didn't get this success overnight. You think about Timbaland, you think about Pharrell, you think about Quincy Jones. Quincy Jones, he didn't receive the biggest success. Man, he had some success before Thriller, but during Thriller, that was his biggest success. And guess how old he was? He was 40 years old, around 40 years old, when Thriller came out and became a huge success. Outside of music, you think of Colonel Sanders, who started KFC around 60 or 70 years old. So, it's never too late to start the music process. I want to give a story. I'm over 30 years old. I'm over 30, but around the time I was 28, 29, I said to myself, if this music thing doesn't work by the time I was 30, I would stop trying to pursue music full time. I would stop trying to really get into the music business, music industry rather. And it's crazy, after I turned 30, that's when opportunities really came forward. That's really when my mind was really expanded to, so many different opportunities. I think my focus was always to get a major placement. It was always to work with the artists I always want to work with. But, I started to learn that's not the case. You shouldn't focus on that. You should focus on, and I heard a lot of big producers, they said you should focus on having an artist that's not well known yet, or on the verge of being well known, and work with that artist. And so I've had the pleasure of, really, going into the industry as more of a songwriter. Of course, I still produce as well. In the gospel scene, R&B scene, I still produce. But I got into a lot of success as a songwriter. So, wherever, God takes you, or the higher power that you believe in takes you, just go with it. Go with those opportunities that the Most High, give you, that God give you as far as your music. But don't give up. Stay consistent with your music. Also, another point I want to, say as far as this is concerned, a lot of people my age, 30 years and older, we think about staying relevant. We always had that in the back of my mind. I have to stay relevant. The music doesn't sound the same since I first started creating music. Around the time I started working, producing music, sample producing was huge. Kanye West first came out, Just Blaze was just blazing. The radio, Rockefeller was really on top of the music. Neptunes was still there, they were still there, but that Kanye West sound was really, that hip hop sound was really taking over the radio. And I started off, really sample producing, making beats like the Neptunes, my sound, like the people that I was around, because I'm from VA. So, people were sharing drum packs, Neptune packs, Scott Storch. Scott Storch was huge during that time. Timberland drum packs, sounds that sounded like them. That, it sounded like that, but I don't know, it was straight from the original source as far as the sounds is concerned. But you kind of evolve as a producer, and so look at being over 30 now as you evolving. And I might talk about more in another video about people from the older people, especially. They still view as music as it can't be your main income. But nowadays there's so many resources, there's so many avenues in music. It's just unbelievable. Even with the merge of AI, it's just unbelievable. Me personally, I don't really want to get into creating music with AI, but I feel it's a source as far as networking, as far as promoting and marketing. I feel AI will be a huge resource as far as that, but I wouldn't use it as far as music creation. I feel like it's a cheat code, but that's just my personal opinion. But I encourage you, 30 and older, don't just continue to keep looking at placements. It's competition. Even with veteran producers that's been in the game for a long time, they still want placements. And so you have to look at that whole picture. Don't just look at placements. Look at, getting your music into TV. Look at music libraries. Look into jingles. It seems like, I'm going back to me. When I turned 30, I looked into a lot of freelancing. I've become successful with Fiverr, as far as writing and producing jingles for YouTube channels, banks. I did a bank. I did music for motivational speakers, podcasts, churches, radio stations. One of the radio stations I produced a song for, or written a song for, was in Japan. So shout out to Bon Radio in Japan. I did a jingle for a Japanese radio station, R&B radio station. And so it's just out there. Opportunities are out there. Don't limit yourself because you're 30 and over. Keep going. Keep in pursuit of your dreams and passions and goals in life. Don't give up. Because like I said that when I was about 28, 29, that when I turned 30, I was going to stop, really pursuing it. But good thing I kept going. I had people around me, and even my parents, they said, you're going to keep going. You love music too much to stop. And so, I kept going. Had some discouragements. People try to take advantage of certain things, your music in the past. But, my parents said, you're going to keep going. It's not going to stop you because it's in you. You love music so much. And so, keep going. If you're 30 years old and older, or even if you're younger than 30 and you feel like nothing is happening for me, you have to search, you have to network, you have to build relationships. You have to be a person of your word, be trustworthy as far as music business, and just be on your game. You know, be prepared. Be prepared. That's the most important thing. And create quality music. You know, you look at producers like Jermaine Dupri and B Cox. You know, they still running up. You know, they still making hits, especially with this new Money Long song, Made for Me. Still a hit. You know, they still making hits. You know, they still keep that formula. They realize if it's not broke, don't try to change it. You know, don't try to fix something if it's not broken. And so, you know, that's my word. You know, just keep going, keep in pursuit of your goals as a music creator, whether you're an artist, you know, especially when this trap music came out. And I know I talk about it all the time, but trap is the sound. Even in country, even in rock, you know, they use trap. You know, they use that. You know, Atlanta sound is the cream of the crop now. And it's been that for a decade or more, you know, trap sound. And, you know, you may feel discouraged because you like, that's not really my sound. But you have to find a medium. You know, I appreciate, you know, like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, because they are still relevant, because they always tailor the song to the artist. You know, they always tailor the song to the artist. You know, you just have to find a medium. You know, take your style and mix it with relevancy, and you know, you never know what you'll create. You know, to really, like me now, I'm in the state, I'm creating like instrumental albums, because I really want to express my sound, express what I love to create. So, you know, if you still want to create what you want to create, you know, create your own album. You know, you don't just wait for artists and they want what they want for their sound, and you feel like you're stuck because you can't let your creativity flow. You know, create your own project. You know, you don't have to necessarily sing, but create your own music and just put it out there, and you know, things are happen for you. I'm so inspired by this producer, Devin Morrison. He's known for Yams, that song Yams, but he produced so many, you know, EPs and albums where he produced, and he had this nostalgic sound to his music, and it really inspires me, you know, because he's creating his own sound, creating his own fan base off of music that he loves to create. So shout out to Devin Morrison, shout out to him. But yeah, encourage you, you know, over 30 years old, you know, you feel like, you know, nothing's happening, you know, keep going. So appreciate y'all for listening to this. This was a great talk. And comment, let me know what you think about this subject. Please subscribe to my channel, and until next time, all right, peace.